Hello there. Diary entry for October 3rd, 2015. As I was saying previously, it turned out it was an interesting day. It turned out it was a positive day started off. Actually, very positive to be honest with you. And sadly, it turned out slightly negative to a certain degree. But with the keeping up appearance, which I've been watching for the last few hours, it's helping. And of course, my home keys over here, the inflatables. Now, as some of you may know, I love when I plan it a day ahead. So last night I was trying to figure out what should I do, go to Aylshino, then Westwood, or no, do it Westwood, Aylshino, or whatever. Obviously today I wasn't going to be planning for Cineworld or cinema at all because there's not much movies out at the moment. But anyway, it is very indecisive or undecisive, whatever word you want to use. A lot of decision was to be made, so I was basically planning as I went along, which I'm not really into that sort of thing. But anyway, whatever. So it was my plan to go to actually Westwood for the first time. Literally go to Westwood. I joined Westwood back in February of this year, 2015. Mainly to get a certain person, which I don't know if he looks at the videos or not, but I'll just leave his name off just in case he does. I'm not sure if he does. But mainly to keep him off my back. And then it kind of worked because I would often say to him, I don't have the cash, you know. But I'd say what really stopped him completely running after me was when I had an outburst on Facebook relating to him. So that stopped. So then afterwards, excuse me, we so basically, but then to make a long story short, fast forward to October now, I was getting ready to go to Westwood when I realised that I actually lost the key, or the fob is what they call it, for Westwood. Now, during the last few months, I actually did go back to Westwood just to say that I had lost the key, because at the time I thought I had lost it, and she gave me a free one, but she did remember, and I quite recall it. If I record a new key fob again, I would be charged €3, which is not too bad price-wise, considering I am paying $55 a month, you know. But still, I wouldn't have the cash for this week until Tuesday. So either way, I said I'll leave till next Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. You can't do much unfortunately, but anyway. So then, onwards and upwards as they say, got up slightly earlier than normal. Well, whatever. And I was to meet Vegan Ireland, or it's a you obviously know what the term vegan means, so I'm not going to go through the details. But Vegan Ireland is the crowd that look after vegans in this country, in the Republic of Ireland. I don't think they look after the north of Ireland, I'm not sure about that, considering they're under British jurisdiction. But I planned to get a t-shirt from Edmund, who runs Vegan Ireland, and he asked me to meet him in this stall is what they use. It's termed to ban fur farming, which is the reason I'll be meeting him there anyway. So let me try and rephrase that again. I was to meet Edmund, who's head of Vegan Ireland, right? Now, where I was to meet him was outside Bernardo's on Grafton Street, where apparently they sell fur, which I was quite surprised to learn considering they are a charity company almost for children. I'm pretty sure they are. And yet they sell a lot of fur. I was very surprised to hear that. Well, more so to learn of that, but anyway. So then, we and I was to get a t-shirt off him. Now, why I wanted a t-shirt was also to support veganism and all that, but more so because today, on October the 3rd, is actually Vegan T-shirt Day. Now, what that basically means is just some guy on Facebook created an event. It's nothing official or anything, just to make awareness of the term vegan, I'd imagine. And then he basically said, wear a vegan t-shirt that says something about veganism, post it on Facebook or in this particular event page, and Bob's your uncle. That's basically it. And that's basically what I was interested in. However, Edmund himself, the guy who runs Vegan Ireland, he said something about stalkers. I think the person didn't, what do you call it? He didn't pack it in, or I don't know, he gave him some excuse, whatever it was. It didn't bother me. I kind of saved €20, but I'm keeping that strict for next Saturday, because he said trying again next Saturday. He'll be around today, Sunday, for personal things. I think he said into town today, Sunday. He'll be around Monday, tomorrow, for a vegan book day, which I'm not into books as such. But the other person, Evelyn, which I'll come to her shortly, said, "Oh, just come if you want, just for a social reason." But I have no reason at all for that. Really. Come meet other vegans, but sure, got plenty of vegans on the Facebook, and not really a social person in the person aspect, if you know what I mean. Hence why I hide behind a computer. But beyond that, though, so then while I was waiting for the vegan crowd outside Bernardo's to finish up, I headed down to Vegan Information Day and VIGO, which stands for Vegan Education on the Go. Jesus. Just looking at Heisen hanging over the boat anyway. So then I went back to Vegan Ireland, the table, because at 5:30 or so, when Bernardo's closes, Vegan Ireland crowd go at your cornucopia, which is a vegetarian friendly. Well, I think they're completely, not just friendly, they're completely vegan, and what do you call it? They sell basically vegan stuff and vegetarian stuff. I don't think they sell any meat at all. I'm unsure about that bit. But anyway, now as well as Edmund, the guy himself, there's an Evelyn there, which I met her on, didn't know her name at all, would you believe it? I met her actually at World Vegetarian Day last week, which I'll post you a link to the video in question. I think I did a video on that, I'm pretty sure I did. Which is the 27, I think I did. Yeah. So I'll post you a link to that particular video, okay? Excuse me. And then I met a person who's Aga, which I don't know too well, from Adam, as to say. And there's some other Frenchie, which I cannot remember her name. We got dog at her, of course, but just to know her name at all properly. Or just to know her name full stop. So then, I was able to finally put a face to Edmund, because I've seen his name all over Facebook on groups on Vegan Ireland, and I just couldn't put his name down, or face to it. Like with Evelyn, and when I came out of the corner to get my bike, I only realised that Evelyn was actually the same person who I have on my Facebook, Evelyn G, which she's also a French person, which I actually thought with her accent was a bit more Eastern European, but anyway, as you get to know her, you will actually realise she's actually a foreign person. But the person, now that I think about accent, the person who can't remember her name at all, who was in the cornucopia with us, she actually, would you believe it, thinks that I have an American accent of some form, which I was very keen and very delighted more so to hear. Considering though, at the end of oh dear, there's Richie gone. Considering though, what did I say? See, I lose me. Not a great guy for a distraction purpose, or I always lose concentration to what I'm looking for. But what did I have my yakking about? Oh yeah, that Evelyn Gee, the same person. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The accent, the person who I couldn't think of her name. She also told me when I just can't remember, but she told me her name, and she also said to me that I sounded a bit slightly American considering with my accent, and I was kind of delighted to hear that, considering I did say to her that I will be actually traveling to America eventually. I'm not sure when, but eventually, and I intend to live the rest of my days out there, so to speak. So then, on the way home, I wanted to get a beanie, which is this time not the one with the yoga I have now, a beanie with a little fluffy ball on it. But Penny's on was closed, so I said I won't bother and wait till next week. Now, while I was getting my bike, was it my bike? No. While I was going back to the vegan table, which is outside Bernardo's again, I rang Noel Hughes, which my parents' next door neighbour was my next door neighbour, but the fact that I'm not there now, obviously, has to be their next door neighbour. But anyway, to see if I were able to go up to them tonight. Alias no. However, it wasn't to be. They were busy or whatever. They had other things. And obviously I wasn't going to go to Cineworld. And you know me, every single Saturday I've always been somewhere. Majority of the time it's been Cineworld, but normally it's always been somewhere. Be Cineworld, be Inchnos, but somewhere. So I wasn't going to start saying coming home early. I've just got this fantasy of idea not to be going home too early. You know, I hate that idea. So I said, right, well, just go up to mum and dad. It's a visit. Nothing to do with citizenship or jobs or whatever. Just a visit. You know, literally, that's all it was. So when I was up, I first came back, did my business in the toilet, and then got up and said a cup of tea. I don't know why I said the toilet, but whatever. So then I was looking at Father Ted, and then I headed on up. So my folks were looking at. Oh, there, she's gone now. So my parents were looking at the new TV entertainment shows, what they call it. What's the hell's your man's name? Ray Darcy show. It's alright, not the best, but it's alright. And then again, he's only new to the entertaining business, so give him time, he might improve. You never know. So then, while he was on, I was uploading pictures of my puppies. Again, I'll publish or I'll submit a link to puppies. So just remember puppies and a link to last week's video with World Vegetarian Day. In the description, of course, I mean. And then Mum was looking at them, I could see her head popping over. And I'd say she was more so trying to be nosy. But then again, I'd say at the same time, you know? So while looking at TV, both Mum and Dad, those speeds on whereby a woman, now this is the bit, just if you use the term NSFW or whatever, I'll again submit a link referring to the Dublin Rape Crisis Centre, which is, well, you can obviously guess what the term means or who they look after, etc., etc. But anyway, there was a woman who was raped, and she was featured on RT News a few months ago over the summer. Now, while the woman was being interviewed, I was most disheartened to learn of the views of the folks. Now, they've under the illusion that as the lady had no alcohol nor sleeping tablets, BRB folks, too slow. Anyway, they are under the illusion that the lady had no alcohol, which obviously was the facts, and no sleeping tablets, that she was just sleeping, and that the guy didn't rape her. Now this caused me great distress, more so physically, slightly mentally, but mostly physical. Now normally when I get stressed about something or distressed or whatever, you hear the term diarrhea, or I get the term diarrhea, and you obviously know what that means. But this time I got severe stiffness in my legs. It was quite painful, or sores more like. If I want to stand up, I'd lose control, or I'd simply lose way out there. Lose space in my legs would give out, if you know what I mean. The giveaways are what I'm looking for. So anyway, although I did the diary, but I didn't realise came from the burgers I got from Mum today. So 10 minus 8, give or take, yeah, that's about right. Excuse me. So then I said, oh, that's not good. So bottom line, I did, what's the word I'm looking for? I did want to make sure that I had the facts about the term rape in general with a friend of mine, which obviously I'm not going to tell you the friend's name. And she was under illusion, and she was quite actually agrees with me, and I was more so under illusion. And actually, you see, the woman in the video or in the interview, did say that her panties or whatever it was off, and she kind of found out weird, and that's her quote, not mine. And that's when alarm bells rung with me. And then my mum shouting at the TV. When I say shouting, as I said to my friend, not manic, like you're whatever. She just said liar, if you know what I mean. So even my dad was the same, which I kind of found ridiculous, you know, considering my friend in the past has been raped several times in the past. But anyway, whatever. So then, I did obviously try saying, but still, if the woman in the interview was sleeping, That does not give you the right, or the man the right, or anyone for that matter. Same sex, opposite sex, I don't care. You do not have the right to have sex with a person who is sleeping unless you're given consent. Unless you're given consent. Simply put, I cannot make it simpler. Now, if the woman or whoever is the partner says, "Oh, you can have sex with me if you want while I'm sleeping," okay, that's obviously you have been given consent, and that's not classified as rape. But if the woman just goes to sleep or the partner goes to sleep, just assume you do not have sex with it. You have to be given consent by saying, "Go ahead, madam, go ahead, whatever your name is or whatever." Right? On that note, I'm going to go into my news bulletin, or news area more so, and it's probably just one area, because that's all I was interested in. Now, I'm not sure if you, the Republic of Ireland, would have heard about this now. I'm not sure about the rest of the country or the world, sorry, or whatever. But anyway, my Irish friends would know, well, in particular the ones who are interested in politics heavily. Now, the Irish Labour Party, is to confirm that Maria Cahill is to stand for the Labour Party in the upcoming Shannon by-election. Now, a by-election in Ireland means that somebody has resigned, perhaps died, or whatever. In this instance, I think the particular person who's headed off, so to speak, I don't think he died. I think he resigned. I've forgotten exactly. They did mention the guy's name, and it didn't sound familiar to me. Hence why he's not in the diary entry at all. But anyway, this will occur on Wednesday, so stay tuned for Wednesday, and we hope something will happen. But it is confirmed that she will stand as a Shannon by-election candidate. Now, Maria Cahill, came to prominence when she alleged that a member of the area had raped her and I think sexually assaulted her or something like that. Back, oh god, a few years ago I think it was, obviously. And then she came, but this was up in the north and yet she came down to the south, so it all depends. And this brings me to my next and more than likely my final topic, or my final area. My final area. And what I mean by that is that I find that the Republic of Ireland is becoming more British than the Irish itself. Not the people. No, I wouldn't say the people, just the companies and the politicians and all that. Like Marie Cahill is from, obviously, with her accent, from Belfast, and then she brings down this IRA fella. Well, in terms of the allegations, which obviously I don't know what's the truth, because I don't know her extent. It's different from the woman above who actually was raped. Because like I said, just because you go to sleep and your panties are off does not give you the right to actually get raped, simply put. But this one, Maria, no, I don't know nothing. She claims this happened before, so we don't know anything about her. But at the end of the day, though, like even UPC now, which is, I know it's going slightly a bit off topic to a certain degree, they've actually been bought over by Virgin Media, which is a British crowd. We have Tesco's, which is a British crowd. You get my drift, guys? Like, majority of companies are actually becoming British. Well, they're being bought over by British companies, so what does that say? It does tend me to lead me to say, George, are you living in the Republic of Ireland, or are you living in the United Kingdom? This is going to start becoming, and then when the 1916, well, 2016 more so commemoration of the 1916 comes up, which is next year, starts to appear, things will get very interesting, and that's what I'm saying in this country, for at least that you until see how it will turn out. Because at the end of the day, the 1916 rising is to do with the what do you call it, the history and how the Republic of Ireland got its independence. So, on that note, I'm going to leave you. I love you. And one final note, I've added a new feature on all my blog, and well, from today the 3rd of October onwards, you will each all get the opportunity to contact me, which is provided by the link called Contact Me. I've uploaded that on I've made a new form, and what that basically asks you is for your name, your email address, which both of those two are optional, you don't have to do it. But what's mandatory in the form is how you came across my blog. Was it through Facebook? Was it through whatever social media, or even Google himself? I don't know. Like, did you type in my username Stanescu84 or whatever? And then what can be improved in my sites or my blogs or in my blog? How can my blog be improved? And when I say blog, I also mean the video blog as well on YouTube. So I'm gonna leave you. I love you. I hope to see you soon again. Okay? So ciao until tomorrow.